video today, and a very special video because I actually did a poll last night on Twitter, I believe, about what I should do, either a favorites or a summer glow tutorial, and everyone asked for a favorites video, which I was kind of surprised, but I am fine with it because I am ready and have a list of things I want to share with you. One of my favorite things about other YouTubers' favorites video is actually hearing their non-beauty favorites as well, like songs and movies and shows. So I decided I'm gonna share some of those little things with you too, because I think it's kind of interesting to see more of personality based things. And excuse my insane makeup today. I went a little crazy with the cut crease, I'm gonna be honest. So I look a little intense, but oh well. So I'm gonna start with non-beauty favorites because I'm most excited about that. And I'm gonna start with shows that I like right now. And I have never ever, which I would imagine a lot of you are gonna gasp at, I've never seen a single episode of Orange is the New Black until this summer. There's been 4 seasons, which means it's been on 4 years, and I have never watched it. I have heard so much about it, don't get me wrong, but I've never ever watched it. And just this summer, I was like, you know what? I need to watch the damn show because everyone's talking about it and everyone's obsessed, so I want to be obsessed with them. So I watched it, and 3 seasons later, I'm in deep. I'm in deep to that show now, for sure. I love it. I got my mom obsessed with it, and now I just can't stop watching it. The entire thing is just hilarious, and that's great. I am currently obsessed with that show. And another show that I really enjoy is Scream. It's on MTV if you haven't heard of it or seen it before, and a lot of people on Twitter really like it too. I actually started watching it last year and heard it was coming back, so I started watching this season, and I love it so much. I don't like scary things. I hate horror movies. Anything with demons really freaks me out. But this show is different. It's scary, but it also it brings together this group of people that are really awesome, so it's fun to see their journey throughout all this craziness. So I'm also going to share a few movies that I've seen recently in the theaters and have been loving. So I don't think this is in theaters anymore, but I saw Me Before You, and it came out a few months ago, and I'm a person that I love sad movies and sad books. I don't know what it is. I love it. I love how it makes me sad, and I don't know, it's great. So Me Before You was amazing. It was up there with The Fault in Our Stars, which is one of my favorite movies, but the entire thing was just great. I loved the story and how raw and real it was. So you should go check that movie out if you haven't seen it before. And I also saw The Shallows, which I enjoyed a lot because I've seen Jaws. My family is obsessed with Jaws and the whole shark idea. I love Shark Week. I'm a crazed fan, okay? But this movie was so intense. The entire movie, you were just on edge. What's gonna happen next? Who's gonna die next? Is she gonna die? So the entire time you're oh, what's gonna happen? So I really liked the movie. I've seen a bunch of other movies this summer, which I normally don't go to the movies that often, but I seriously have seen every movie in theaters. I saw Finding Dory. That's another one of my favorites. I laughed through the whole thing. I don't know if it was just my anticipation was really up here for that movie, or if it was a great movie. I would go see it. Even if you're 50, go see the movie. Oh, songs! We can talk about songs. I'm just gonna go from more my recents. I don't know if anyone on here has ever heard of 2088, but it is basically a band type thing that, okay, please correct me if I say her name wrong. Jean Aiko? I think that's how you say it. And Big Sean basically made a band called 2088, and they came out with an album. There wasn't very many songs, but I swear I love every song. I love everyone. So right now I've been really obsessed with London Bridge. That's my favorite one right now. Another one I've really been liking is one that's been on the radio, and it's Never Be Like You. It's by Flume, and I really like it. It's this one. A mix by Aaliyah and Ariana Grande, and it is Into You and One in a Million. So they basically put Ariana Grande's song on top of the music of One in a Million. I love Aaliyah, by the way, but Ariana Grande's voice on top of the music just works so well. I'm so into you, I can barely breathe. Wait, there's one more. Okay, I love Drake and I love his new album Views, but I had never listened to Keep the Family Close. I don't know why. I think it was just because the beginning was so long that I was just really impatient and just kept skipping past it. But just the other day, my friend Catherine, I love you, Kat, she made me listen to the lyrics, and my life was changed. I have been listening to it non-stop since then. Seriously, the beginning is like 35 seconds long, and it's like nothing. All of my let's just be friends, friends I don't have anymore. Those are basically my really go-to songs right now. And for those of you who don't know, I'm an avid book reader. I love to read. I used to hate to read when I was little, but just I think freshman year, sophomore year of high school, I actually read a book, The Fault in Our Stars, actually, that I was interested. So when I read it, it was amazing. It was just a great journey, and it made me realize why people love to read books. So ever since that book, I've been reading books like a crazy addict, basically. So this summer I haven't really been able to read, but I actually just finished a book, and I'll go get it so I can show you guys. It is called We Were Liars, and I'm sure a lot of you, if you are a book reader, you've heard of this book. I hate this thing. What is the point of this paper cover? It screws up my reading. I can't hold my book right, and it's pointless. The book is We Were Liars, and I've had it actually for a few weeks, and I just jumped into it a few days ago, and I finished it in like 3 days. So I'm very happy and proud of myself because I love to read, and I wish I would make more time for it. This book was so much better than I had anticipated, which I don't even get because I heard so many great things about it. But just when I started reading it, I expected something a little bit different. But the ending is magical. It really, really is. It just takes you for a ride, and you are just in shock and in awe, and the ending was like nothing I had ever imagined, which is one of my favorite things about a book. I want to be shocked. I want to not know what's going to happen. I want to not anticipate what's going to happen, and that's exactly what this book did. So if you like to read and haven't read this yet, I definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend. So those are a few of my non-beauty favorites, but I'm gonna go into my beauty favorites now because let's be honest, there's a lot. So I'm gonna start with something that's more not makeup, which is this Victoria's Secret Pink Coconut Mango Body Mist. So I actually haven't even used that much. Well, this thing is kind of ginormous. Like, it's basically the size of my head, pretty much. I actually got this at their semi-annual sale. I don't even know how much it was. I think it was like $7. And boy, let me tell you, this smells amazing. Oh, it just smells like you were in Cancun and you've been baking in the sun for like 5 hours and you're drinking some type of sugary, icy drink and you were just living the life. Oh, it got in my mouth. Ugh. It does not taste nearly as good as it smells. The next thing I'm going to talk about is actually something that basically everyone talks about. But I don't think anyone on YouTube really goes into how amazing this really is. Because I think if they did, I would have bought it a very, very long time ago. And I never did because I never really knew how much it would actually change my life. It is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, but it's baking powder also. I bought this makeup for prom. I bought a lot of makeup for prom because I knew that I was gonna need it to last like no other. So I went out on a limb and I bought this. First of all, there is a ton of product in this. It's, I think it's around $47, $50. I've had this for almost two months, I think, almost on the date now. And I feel like it's still full. Like, I have barely made a dent in this, seriously. And I bake every day. I set my powder using this every day. When I take flash photos, it doesn't make my face look white like a ghost at all. That was my one thing. I used the e.l.f. setting powder for a really long time. It's in some of my videos. And it looked really nice, like on camera, but when I took a flash photo, it was just like I was a ghost, and it was really terrible. So that is a very real thing. It really happens. I didn't believe it until I took a flash photo with someone, and it was like Ghostbusters. It was bad. It was all bad. Next, I'm going into kind of a brand. I have two different products from this brand, but I use them every single day, and it is the Milani Baked Bronzer and Baked Blush. So I actually was watching one of Jaclyn Hill's videos on YouTube, and she was talking about how obsessed she used to be with Milani's Baked Blush in Luminoso. And I'm a weird blush person. I've never really owned a lot of blush, and when I get a blush, I only use that blush. How many times can I say blush? Just, oops. When it goes on, it almost gives you kind of a shimmer like a highlighter, which we all need more of that in our lives. So I really like the finish of this, and it's not too intense. With this Milani Baked Bronzer, it was actually, Milani's stuff was on sale at CVS, which by the way, I feel like it most of the time is. So if you're looking for like sale Milani products, you should try CVS. So it was buy one, get one 50% off. So I got this baked bronzer, and they all come with a brush if you like that type of thing, but I use my own brushes. But I really love the finish of this. It's such a, just like a, that's the second time that happened. It is just such a golden tan natural color, I think. And it has a little bit of shimmer, so if you don't like bronzers with shimmer, I would shy away from it. But it's not too intense to where you can't like contour your forehead with it. I always put it up around here, and it doesn't look so glimmery that I look like a freak. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a foundation. I'll probably film a tutorial using it really soon. That's how much I love it. But I want to talk about it a little bit in this video too. It is the Makeup Forever Matte and Velvet Foundation. This was also one of my prom products that I bought. I knew I also needed something, especially foundation, that would last me not only through the day, but through the night. So I went for this, and I had seen videos on it, and most people use the HD foundation, I think that's what it's called, but I knew 100% that I needed something that was made to keep you 100% matte. And that is exactly what this does. Not only that, but the coverage is insane. Insane. This is my baby right here. I don't know if I'll ever use another foundation. If you have really oily skin and struggle with keeping your foundation in place and not moving around and not coming off when you touch your face or anything, sweating it off, I just gave you an answer to all your life's problems. What can I say? Now I'm going to talk about a mascara that I've been loving, and it is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. Now I know Jaclyn Hill's in love with this, a ton of YouTubers have talked about this and ranted about this, and I'm a little late on the train. because I was so crazy obsessed with the Better Than Sex mascara that I just couldn't even go over here and see how great this was too. But this is just too much. It's too much money for me every like 2 months. You do kind of have to buy this a lot, I feel like. So I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go over here for a little while and try this. What I love about it most, I think, I love the applicator. I've never had problems with it. But I almost like how not watery it is, but it's not so thick and creamy like some other mascaras. It just goes on really like light and cool. I know that sounds really weird, but it does. Now I'm going to talk about something I've never really talked about on my channel actually, because I never used to do this step in my makeup routine, but as of recently I wanted to step up my game and experience what makeup has to offer me in every direction, and I have started using false lashes. I just started using them probably 6 months ago, I would say, and boy was it a struggle. I had a really lot of trouble learning how to apply fake lashes correctly. I know there's a lot of different ways, and a lot of different ways work for different people, but I had a lot of trouble figuring out what way worked best for me, and only about a month ago did I find a way that almost every time it comes out beautifully. There was a lot of eye watering and a lot of taking off and putting back on and taking off and putting back on, because I never could get it. Until I watched, once again, God bless her, Jaclyn Hill's recent video, I think, on a highlighter look. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember she was glowing like a goddess. I use this. This is an Ardell like lash applicator, and it's curved right here, which is probably one of my favorite parts because it's so easy to set on, and I don't have any trouble with poking myself up first. After I use these, I go in with my tweezers and pull them from the outside into the middle, and God bless me, it works every time. But my favorite lashes to use are the Ardell Wispies. And they have demi wispies, and then they have these. I like these more because they start out pretty long in the inner corner, which I feel like opens my eyes more and is more of the trend right now, while the demis start really small in the middle and then get really long at the end. I like them both, but these are personally my favorite. I am wearing them today. That, I think, completes my favorites video. I've shared a few things with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing all my current favorites, and maybe you'll even go out and trust me enough to make them your favorites too. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My Instagram is @Cosmetics by Sedona. My Twitter is @SedonaPenelope, so you can go see it and enjoy. Thank you. Bye.